Hey, what's good, Walking Dead fans? This is the Campfire Crew, and we're here to talk about episode 15. I'm Campfire Rich.
I'm Confire Nate, and of course, we're here to talk about our moments. But we also want to mention one thing just for everyone, just so you don't forget, we are doing a great giveaway. We got some great books that we're going to give everybody, and it's going to be for the finale. That's when we're going to announce who the winner is. And what you got to do that is you got to be a subscriber. You got to join our really awesome Facebook group, guys. You really want to be a part of it, man. We are on there. We're talking during the show, just going back and forth, man. We're having a really good time doing it, Richie. I know Richie's tonight I didn't get to because I was delayed. But man, it was blowing up.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, man. You know, it's in there to connect with people of similar interests, and we're just kind of going back and forth during the show, and it's a lot of fun. But the giveaway, we should have the authors for these books on tomorrow. We tried to do it tonight, but the internet connection just wasn't in our favor. We'll hold them up real quick. They're called Surviving Day by Day. It's a zombie apocalypse survival book following 6 different characters. And, man, they're nice books. Anyway, in the morning, I should be able to have one of the authors on, talk to them, interview them about the books. And I'm also going to throw in a Pop Funko, and I'm not sure if it's going to be a Daryl or if it's going to be a Glenn. I guess it might depend on whichever one I get my hands on. But that's going to be thrown in.
Also might depend on which one gets the bat.
I know. One might die, so we might have to do a homage to one of them. Who knows? Oh, Nate. Walk us through, man.
I'm going to start off right off the bat. All right. Off the bat. The very first moment. That was kind of a clever thing there off the bat. We're going to talk about the fact that everyone just left, man. I mean, that's literally how this started. Carol left. Okay, Carol can't handle it anymore. Carol decides to leave. Before they know about Carol leaving, man, Daryl is in straight up vengeance mode. Okay, Daryl gets on the bike and he's gone, dude. And there's everybody. Okay, let's follow after Daryl. So then Glenn gets in there. And then Michonne gets in there. And then Rosita gets in there. And they all leave. And then it's just like, I know there's at that moment where Rick's like, okay, no one else leave. You know, because when they're deciding to go back Carol. And then Morgan's like, come on, let's go. So then they leave. And I'm like, dude, you left Alexandria basically with no one there. I mean, none of the main characters are there. Let's put it to you like that. And that was just like, guys, why are you leaving? Don't leave.
They filed out like some ants, bro. They just dipped, and I couldn't understand why. Like, you know, it's funny because we know Carol's going to leave because of the trailer from last week. But as she's leaving, like, I'm sitting here watching, I'm like, yo, she's leaving a warm bed. She's leaving a new house. Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You know, you're not going to get away from killing. It's not going to happen, right?
Not in this world. Not the way everything is.
Like, she's either there with people that she loves and cares about, or she's out there on her own, just being secluded, still having to, sleeping on the ground. Like, I didn't understand for this group to be as seasoned as they are and gone through as much as they have, that still seemed like a real amateur move for all of them to just dip out. Anyway, that moves into my favorite moment number 2, which is like Carol, she's leaving because she doesn't want to kill anymore. And what happens, she's out there in her little car with spikes sticking out of it looking like Mad Max, just riding down the road, and she gets her car shot up, and she plays the innocent victim. And we're live chatting, right? And I was like, I have a feeling these dudes are about to get jacked up. And when they get shot up, I didn't know what happened. I was like, girl, who's shooting these guys, right? Because somebody got a machine gun. Carol got a minigun under her jacket. Like, she's got a freaking machine gun under her sleeve. And I was like, Carol is bad.
Yeah, no, it was. I thought the same thing when all of a sudden, all these guys are boom, 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 they're getting shot. And I'm like, oh crap, who just shot him? And she's just standing there in her jacket smoking. I'm like, God dang, man, she's got a gun strapped to her arm, man. I mean, she literally the whole time when she's like, please don't do this, please don't do this. It was more or less she was begging for their lives, not for hers, because she knew she was going to take them. It's like, please don't put me in this position where I'm going to have to kill you. Please don't put the, and that's what she did. And man, she blew him away, and she just, bam, just blew him away. And it's just like, dude, how many people can you throw at Carol? I mean, Carol's killed more saviors it seems like by herself than the whole crew put together. I mean, she's just going on a savior freaking murder rampage, and she's killing them. And every time she does, she winds up. She doesn't want to. She's like, "Please don't make me kill you!" You know, right through her. That was awesome. That might be one of the coolest moments of this entire show. The way she did
Yeah.
that. But then, of course, you know that goes into my next favorite moment. It's just the interaction back and forth between Rick and Morgan, and it's kind of interesting because they get out there and they're looking for her, and you know Rick's just kind of like checking on what's going on, and they're back and Morgan's trying to kind of maybe in a way explain to him what he thinks going on with Carol, and then how she can't kill. And then it was interesting because Rick's like, well, she did, you know, she did because she had to. And that's basically what she did. She did, you know. And then again, it was even later on, even more into that thing where Morgan tries to explain his little circle.
His circle of life, his Lion King moment.
Yeah,
In the great circle of life.
his circle thing where, you know, basically, I saved the wolf and the wolf saved Denise and Denise saved Carl. You know, don't you see kind of thing? But like you pointed out, is if he'd have killed him in the first place, none of that crap would have happened. If he'd have killed the wolves wouldn't have hit the wall with their zombie bus trying to knock the thing down with the horn, cause all the zombies to come over, cause the wall to fall down, cause Carl to get shot in the first place. Okay, so you want to look at it in your version of the circle, but in our version, hey Morgan, if you'd have just killed them guys way back in the beginning, none of this crap would have happened. But of course, that's not the case.
Yeah, it was how the conversation was just kind of strange for me. Like Morgan was like, see, Rick, what I've done is good. No, man, you've jacked up a lot of stuff. I mean, I get it, but he jacked up a lot of stuff.
It was funny because like Rick kind of semi understood it. It kind of seemed like he was trying to understand it, but it was
Right.
funny because he felt like he still had to get back, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, Michonne ate your bar," and I couldn't help from laughing, man, because that was one of those moments I couldn't help from laughing. It was just funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I don't know that whole scene with Rick. So anyway, Rick leaves. He goes back, which was weird because he never ran into that guy who was kind of following them. The one guy that Carol didn't kill, he kind of went after him. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you can go chase Rick if you want to. You're going to get jacked up too. But they never showed him again, even though Rick went back to the car and left. So Morgan's out there by himself. Now let's move on over to my favorite moment number 4, which is basically, Glenn and Michonne, they get captured. They just had this conversation with Daryl. We find out a little bit more. Like Daryl's like, I'm going after Dwight. I had this dude. I tried to save his life. There's some circle of life for you right there. If he'd have just killed him, this whole little crisis would have been diverted. But he's trying to hunt down Dwight. He's got to go. Rosita's like, I'm with you, man. Denise was my girl, too. We were buddies. And so they're going after him. Glenn and Michonne, they go back. I knew something bad was about to happen. They're hanging out in the woods. I'm like, why are they just standing there in the woods? That seems kind of like a dangerous spot. And then, everybody's whistling. I don't know if anybody's watched Next to Kin with Patrick Swayze and Liam Neeson back in the day. But anyway, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. They all whistle at each other and they all pop out of the woods. So, yeah, that was my favorite moment. They kind of get circled. There wasn't nothing they could do.
Yeah, it was kind of that between that and like any movie when dudes step out of the woods and whistle, it's kind of creeping me out. I'm just saying, like immediately I start feeling like, do I need to be wearing steel pants here? Because this is getting really creepy. That's all I can say. But one of the really cool things that I liked about that too was just the fact that it's like they really were trying to like. I really appreciated that argument that that Glenn tried to make to Daryl. Like, man, you can't do nothing about it. You're going to get yourself killed. You're just out here just kind of steamed. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of half cocked going around here, and you just don't know what's going to happen. And when he made that speech, I was like, if it was me, I'd probably been like, yeah, okay, you're right, but not Daryl.
Right.
Daryl's like, no, I'm going to get my vengeance. I'm going to get Dwight. So that happened, and that carries into favorite member number 5. And that was at the very end. That was when it looked like, Daryl and Rosita finally figured out where this guy was, which again, apparently Dwight is the master of freaking hiding.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude hides.
And he just totally missed
passed him. Completely went past him, and they kind of sneak up, and, Glenn's over there trying to like get his attention. I mean, at one point when he's like, I'm like, if you're not gonna, dude, shut up. You're pointing him out. He's over there going like that with the gag in his mouth. But then He turns around, and what's that right there? There's Dwight, and what do we get? We get a boom,
Nice blood
blood.
splatter.
And what did he say? You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
That was kind of, if you're gonna end a show, an episode, dude. I mean, first off, the way it looked like he shot him, he looked like he caught him in the shoulder. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure for all those that are freaking out right now, like, oh god, Daryl's dead, guys.
Yeah, he's alive. He's alive for now.
He's okay. So, but that raises an interesting question, one that I'm not going to talk about right now. So keep in mind, I got a really cool idea video coming out real soon. Stick around for that.
Yep, guys, those are favorite moments. Let us know down in the comment section. We do have an interesting theory about the shooting. So that's going to be our next video that we're going to do is what's the deal behind that. Talk a little bit more about Dwight. But let us know in the comment section below what you liked. And again, the link will be in the description to join the Facebook group. Make sure you get up on that. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And until next time, guys, we out.
See ya.